This is the beginning of loving yourself. Welcome home. Grab a seat, get comfy, and let's get right into this video.
I love it when you smile at me. You will never have to weep with me.
From the title, you already know I'll be talking about loving yourself. Are you loving yourself enough? I feel like we've perfected the act of loving other people that we don't even learn how to love our own selves. We're so good at telling people we love them, doing things to make them say we love them, but when it comes to our own selves, it's like we have no idea how to love ourselves. We've neglected ourselves. We don't even see ourselves as important. What we're expecting is love from other people, validation from other people. We don't even love our own selves, but yet we expect love and validation from other people. And we often forget that the love we're able to give to ourselves is what makes other people see how to love us. If you're not loving yourself enough, if you're not pouring into yourself enough, over time you're going to become empty within, and it will lead you to become a resentful person. Besides, if you don't love yourself enough, how do you expect someone else to walk into your heart and love you, or walk into your life and show you that love that you want, when you yourself have not learned how to love your own self? So this video is for all of those who are learning or wanting to learn how to love themselves and how to love themselves so much better. Before we go any further in this video, I want to ask you a question. When last did you say to yourself, I love you? When was the last time you complimented yourself? It's been a minute, yeah? So many times we're focused on our flaws and inadequacies that sometimes we don't even see what there is to love about ourselves. Other times we're busy chasing after people to love us, and we forget that the love that we're often seeking can be found within us. Chasing or running after love, we forget to love ourselves, and self-hate can creep on us this way. We start to detest ourselves, we hate our look, we hate just about anything about ourselves. I really used to hate my nose. And talking about it now, it's really funny because I love my nose. I'm so in love with my nose, and there's nothing anyone can say about my nose that is going to make me hate my nose. This story of hating my nose started in high school when a girl said that my nose was huge, like Pinocchio's. It's so funny talking about it right now. But what that statement did to me was that it caused so many years of me resenting my nose, and it wasn't until my early 20s that I started to love my own nose. And by then I was into my self-love journey, where I was loving and appreciating every bit of me, because I just knew that I was beautiful. I was not aware of my beauty. I was not aware that I was beautiful prior to my early 20s. But when I realized that I was a beautiful person, because of course I'm made in Christ's image and all things that he made is beautiful, but not to get all preachy here. I am a beautiful woman, and so I was into my self-love journey. I was starting the self-love journey in my early 20s, and that was when I started to fall in love with my nose. And by this time I was psyching myself up every day, complimenting myself, affirming positively over myself and my beauty. Of course, that if anyone had told me, girl, your nose is big or you're ugly, I'll tell them, you're blind and you can't recognize beauty. It was that serious. My self-confidence and belief in myself that I am a beautiful person and I love every part of me is so high right now that there is nothing anyone can do to shame me about my looks, because I believe I'm beautifully and wonderfully made. I am super grateful that I was able to discover self-love early, but there are so many people that are unable to discover self-love, and they live and wallow in self-hate daily. And it's one of the reasons why we have cases of people trying to alter their bodies because they feel imperfect in the body that they've been given. But just because somebody said something to them, their self-confidence is shattered, and suddenly they don't like themselves, they don't love themselves, they feel everything about them is wrong. If this is you, the thing you need to start doing is affirming positively over your own self. What do I mean by affirming? I mean speak positive words, positive statements over your life. Words have a power that they hold and carry if you learn how to affirm correctly. Every day you wake up, you need to look in the mirror and tell yourself that you love something about yourself. Pick out something about you that you love. Whatever it is, you need to pick out something every day to compliment yourself about. Tell yourself that you love that thing so much, that that thing makes you so beautiful. And by the end of a month, you would have succeeded in finding something to like about your whole body. This was something that I did when that schoolmate told me my nose was big. I started to affirm myself positively every morning. I would wake up, pick my little mirror back then and tell myself, I'm beautiful, I am gorgeous, I am wonderfully and fearfully made. I love my nose, I love my body, I love my complexion, I love my eyes. And the funny thing about this story of hating my nose is that I eventually started meeting people who would tell me they like my nose. And then I'll be like, oh, you like my nose? I'm not going to tell them that to their face, of course. I'll tell them thank you. But in my mind, I'll be like, but I used to hate my nose. How come this person is telling me they like my nose? So you see, when you are able to love something about yourself, people will start to love it as well. I don't know how the universe works, but I feel like whatever energy we put out there, the universe is going to send back that energy to us times 20, times 10, times 100, depending on how much energy we're sending out. So I feel like the fact that I was affirming that my nose was beautiful and I was confident and I loved my nose, I think it's affected the kind of people. I don't know, I really don't know. But basically, I started to get compliments about my nose, my eyes, and it was so wonderful. And that was how that story of hating my nose ended eventually. So if you're someone right now listening to me and you hate something about yourself, it's time you start affirming positively and falling in love with that thing, because it's why you are uniquely you. It's what makes you you. Everyone can be the same. And that thing you hate on yourself, or that thing you hate about yourself, is something that someone else can actually see and fall in love with you entirely for, adore you for, and like you for. Discovering self-love and building self-love early is something that can help you to become more confident in yourself. I started to call myself beautiful even before expecting anyone else to call me beautiful. I spoke to myself with love before I even looked up to anyone to affirm me with love or positivity. I was giving myself love from me to me. Second thing to do in order to build your self-love is being confident. Confidence gets 90% of the job done, in my opinion. If you are confident, you are whoever you say you are, and nobody is going to argue with you because you're confidently rocking who you are. You get? I've seen beautiful people who lack confidence, and it's really sad to see. So whatever your insecurities are, whatever it is that you don't like about yourself, think while you're dealing with that situation, you need to deal with it confidently. Be confident while handling your situation. I remember when I was trying to build this self-love journey, I ensured that I was confident in whatever it is that I was affirming and speaking over my life, so that when anybody tells me what is not what I believe I am not taking it, because I was so grounded and confident in my belief of who I am, and that I am beautiful, and that my nose was perfect and okay, that if anyone had come to tell me otherwise, I would never ever even give them, a listening ear. So while you're dealing with your insecurities or working on, falling in love with yourself, be confident at it. Don't let your insecurities or the fact that you feel you're not perfect make you become timid, that you lose your confidence. No, stay confident while you're working on that thing, and even if you're not feeling confident, fake it till you make it. Now moving on, surround yourself with people who love you. There are so many stories about people whose friends would insult them with their insecurities when they're out. Like, your friend has some insecurities about her, legs, and when you're out with other people, you're talking about her leg not being perfect or her legs not being straight. When you're surrounded by people who rub your insecurities in your face and then they tell you, oh, it's a joke, you need to know that that is not your circle. You're not supposed to be there. You're supposed to be amongst people who support you, people who see you, people who understand that this is something you're working on, and they don't use it to mock you and then say it's a joke. If you are staying with people like that, it means you don't even have enough love for your own self. So you need to learn to love yourself enough to walk away from people, friends, acquaintances, whoever it is that rubs your insecurities in your face or makes you feel insecure about certain things. Maybe there are even friends that tell you you're not beautiful enough, or you're not this enough, you're not that enough. If they're not affirming you positively, you have no business being in their midst. So surround yourself with people that genuinely love you. Start prioritizing yourself. You are the main character in your own story. I don't know why so many times we don't take our own self serious. It's like we don't take ourselves serious enough. We don't see ourselves as someone that should be taken serious enough. So when we have this opinion about our own selves, how are we supposed to expect other people to, take us serious? You need to take your own self serious first. How you perceive yourself is how other people will perceive you. Take yourself very serious and you'll be attracting into your life people who take you serious. People who love you just as much as you love yourself. So learn to take your own self very serious. You are a big deal. So if you're not handling or treating yourself like a big deal, people are not going to come into your life and treat you like a big deal. So love yourself so much that you are beginning to attract people who love you as much as you love yourself. Prioritize self-care. Can't tell me you love yourself and then your self-care is shit. Permit me to use that word, please. You can't tell me that you love yourself and then you're not exercising, you're not eating right, you're not having an active life, you're not, building yourself, you're not developing yourself in any way. Self-care is the game changer when it comes to self-love, on the journey of loving yourself. So if you want to love yourself enough, you must inculcate self-care into your routine. It has to be a part of you. You have to exercise, you have to eat right, you have to look good, you have to smell nice. All of this is a part of the self-love journey. It is going to help you to love yourself, to pamper yourself, to help you be mentally healthy as well. Exercise your body, eat right, pamper yourself, get into skincare, take your mental health very serious, be very careful of the things you feed your mind and give your attention to when you're scrolling on the internet. Don't just consume any content because you're bored. Be very mindful of the kind of content or media that you're consuming. So this is how you can take care of your mind as well when it comes to self-care. Is it selfish to love yourself? I don't think it's selfish to love your own self, because if you're able to love other people, it takes nothing to love your own self. And if you're able to love yourself enough, it also helps you to be able to love other people correctly. When you love yourself enough, it also helps you to become a much more happier person to be around. And even when you're by yourself, you're a much happier version of yourself. Remember that self-love is a superpower, so you must learn to love yourself fiercely. Whatever you do after watching this video, I hope you are choosing to love yourself much more better, and I am rooting for you. I know you got this. If you're yet to hit the subscribe button, don't forget to do that. Click the notification bell so you can get notified each time I post a new video, and give this video just a thumbs up. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.